guys, my name is Sandy. I'm homeschooling mom to two boys. They are in 6th grade and 8th grade this year. And I wanted to give you guys kind of like a mid-year update on the curriculum picks that we made last year for this school year. And I wanted to let you guys know what worked and what didn't work for us. So here we go. I have everything laid out that we've used this year. This is for my 6th grader and 8th grader. Right now I'm going to be doing the video for my 6th grader, and I'm going to go subject by subject, and I will do a video for my 8th grader a little bit later. So as far as organizing things for the year, each of my child has their own clipboard, and I have the schedule for the week on there. I usually do 2 weeks at a time, and when they finish the subject, they cross it off. Here's an old one that they crossed off. Usually we're doing 4-day weeks, and we go the beginning of August to the end of June. So, and we only take July off, so it's an extra long year. It's almost like homeschooling year-round. We're doing 5-day weeks right now, or 5.5. They're doing math and language arts on Friday. We have had a lot of vacations lately. We took a long time off for Christmas. We went to Dallas for New Year's Eve, and we went to Chicago for Christmas, and we've got a cruise coming up. So I didn't want to get behind for the year, and we're doing the extra half a day for the math and language arts right now. So my 6th grader, every day he's got math, language arts, science, history. For electives, I've added in a logic elective. The next day he'll do music and then art. So he does 3 electives and he kind of switches off. Over here this week he's got music first, and then art, logic, and music. At the beginning of the year, he also did a health elective, but he's not doing that right now. I'm doing logic in the place of health. So for math, for my 6th grader, he's been working on Life of Fred. He's finished up fractions already, and he's working through decimals and percents, and he's about halfway done with this. And in addition to that, he is doing easy peasy math, level 6-7. And I have this calculator here because I do sometimes, not for everything, but I sometimes let him use a calculator for certain things. And this is a very basic calculator. And also he'll do like a 5-minute warm-up with multiplication and division every day. And it's working pretty good. We're going to continue this for a while. He loves reading the stories in Life of Fred. The next subject that he's doing right now is language arts, and he is doing the Beowulf full language arts program from Guest Hollow. He's doing the grammar and the language arts side to it. So I did get him this Beowulf stuffed animal puppet. He loves it. It sits in his room, but we don't really use it during the lessons. And in addition to that, he's doing cursive. He started this cursive program from Master Books, and it is working really good, and he does enjoy doing it. So I store all of these worksheets in the binder here for the Beowulf. That's mainly the grammar worksheets. I'm going to show you a few of the sheets that he's done already. This is like a little book report that he did for the Sun Bear. This is a grammar worksheet. It's a cut and paste one. Here's another grammar worksheet, another cut and paste. He had to write a letter. He wrote a letter to an astronaut, but we have not heard back yet. This is just like a poster for the parts of speech. This is a paint a picture with words activity. So there's a little bit of art study in here. This is like creating a comic book story. It gave you a website to go to. He did 2 of them. And this is something I've added onto it on my own. He did a 5-paragraph essay. I did it very simple, and we took several days to go over doing it. Just because he's in 6th grade, I added this to it. Normally, I don't think for the younger child, you would need to add anything at all. And let me show you guys some of his favorite parts of it. This Let's Draw a Story he loves. Once a week, he goes in here, and he does a different part to the story. I love this book, Writer's Toolbox. It breaks down different styles of writings. Here's the table of contents for it. It's writing your own fairy tale, writing your own letter, your own poem, journal, scary story, and research report. And there's 2 poetry books that I got for it. This one here, which he thinks is okay. That's not his favorite. His favorite poetry book here is Where the Sidewalk Ends. This also was a big win. This is one of his favorite parts also, how to tell a story. There's story blocks. There's these little blocks in here. You kind of throw the blocks on the floor, and different colors mean different components of the story. And it really helps him get his creative writing stories out there and gives him ideas. One part that he doesn't like, which we've gotten rid of, are the journals. There were 2 journals for it. This was one of them. He didn't enjoy this at all. It was taking him way, way too long every day to come up with ideas to write in here, so we just cut that part out. Here's a few books he's worked on for silent reading. A lot of these are way under his reading level for the year, but he doesn't really care for reading on his own. He loves me to read stories to him, so anything he reads on his own, I'm really happy about. He's working on Treasure Island right now, and he's enjoying it, he told me. He's read Stuart Little. I bought the illustrated version of it. Here's all of these books. Now, these are all under his reading level, but he really enjoys them. These are Step Into Reading books. And he's read this one a little bit too. There's Bible stories in here, and then in the very back part there are questions. So I ask him questions after he reads some of the stories. For science, he started this last year. It's the BJU Science 6. I had bought the full Parent Taught package, and he finished it. He actually finished it like about 2 weeks ago. So he liked it. Everything worked really well. I added a few of my own science experiments. This is one of his favorite. I don't have the actual physical one to show you anymore because it died when we were on vacation. But this was a terrarium that I bought from Amazon, and that was one of his favorites. And I have no complaints about this. Once you get into level 7, it's way too difficult for my children. My older son tried the level 7. It was just too much work for him. So I'm not going to be moving my son into the level 7. And instead of their workbook pages that came with this, I added in Skill Sharpener Science. I bought this from Amazon. I feel like this is a lot more colorful and fun for him to fill out. So I bought a few of these, and I connected it to the different BJU Press lessons. And since we started the BJU Science last year at the level 6, he's finished it, and I didn't want to purchase another curriculum for the rest of the year. So for the remainder of the year, he's doing the easy peasy physics and chemistry, and he's enjoying it a lot. For history this year, for my 6th grader, I created a history curriculum for him, and he's really enjoying it, and it's kind of like tailored towards the way he learns. We started with archaeology, and we did ancient history. Now we're slowly moving into like the Middle Ages. So I have all the extra worksheets that I found online in this binder. We did kind of like these little puppets for each history time period. And I have the schedule here. I did a day-by-day schedule for it. And there's a few worksheets over here that we have not gotten to yet. I started off with this book for archaeology. There's lots of activities in here and pictures. We are reading through Arabian Nights right now, and he's enjoying it. It's the illustrated version. And here's a few of the activities that I added into it. I did some recipes. This one's Jacob's Lentil Stew. This one's Honey and Sesame Fritters. And I did this life-size printout of Lucy is laid out. And I added 2 things from Homeschool in the Woods. I added the Passover game and Tomb Dash game. There's the game board for it. Extras, I have a subscription to Smithsonian magazine, and I've been reading this to my kids. And we took a field trip to the John F. Kennedy Museum. We haven't done too many field trips just because of COVID, and a lot of museums are closed around here. And also for extras, we've done 2 Harry Potter unit studies this year. I just have the first book here. We actually have done the second and third book this year, but I bought the audiobook, so I don't have the physical book. And here's some of the books that go with the second and third unit study. I have a cookbook, so we made a few recipes from there. This was for astronomy for the second book. And this was for the third book. And here's all the worksheets that they've completed that have gone with it. This pile here are all the worksheets my kids have completed for this year so far. There's quite a bit. I save everything for records just for the heck of it. We live in Massachusetts, and you do have to do a little bit of reporting. So I don't have to submit these, but just in case anyone ever asks me to submit anything, I save every single worksheet from the year every year. So I'm going to briefly talk about electives for my son. He has done easy peasy art history this year. We did the ancient one to go with history, and he's really enjoying it. There's a lot of fun activities. Here's a few that we did. This is the Trojan horse he made. He's made this paper cutting. I think that was for ancient China. And he made a stamp from a potato. And let me go over the other electives. We also do easy peasy music. I'm doing the ancient music to go with our ancient history studies. And he's also doing health. I'm doing the easy peasy health with it, or he did. He's done with that for now. He finished it. And we're just doing the easy peasy logic. And I started off the year with an easy peasy graphic design program. It was a little bit too hard for him to do on his own, so I would have to help him, and I was just short on time, so we switched it out, and we did the art instead, which he likes anyways. So that's pretty much everything for my 6th grader. Our curriculum picks for next year, that would be the 2022-2023 school year. I've picked everything already, and I'm collecting the stuff I need for it. I'm probably going to be posting that video the beginning of March. So I hope this was helpful. Bye!